Good evening and welcome to the Kobold Cafe. It's Thursday night and we are playing GURPS 4th edition. The name of the game is Little Ages. Joining us tonight in this order we have Tom.
Tom, I play Tommy the nerd, the giant.
And Logic.
Hello, I'm Logic. I play Sven the Pathfinder, I guess.
Tara.
Tara, I play Twig. She's enjoying the amount of bodies this group produces.
And no Luke. We have Everoth. Ever, where's your token?
Oh, I guess I got spun it again. But hello, I am Everett. I played Gnome Dome Braille, and I'm ready to rock and stone.
And last but probably not least, we have James.
Hey, I'm James. I play Leaf Hooper. And this group is really interesting. They're into some weird stuff. Last time I saw magic.
All right.
It's magic.
I'm Colin. I'm the GM, and I meant to grab this out earlier. I'll do that real quick. I feel like this might be a home base set. Dang it.
I like how three of us are like, they're using twisted magic, and yet we're gonna support it because.
Oh, it's me.
Fun. Right.
All right. So last time you met the head of the growers, whose name is Isaac, and you delivered Terrence? I thought it was Derek.
It's Derek,
Something.
yeah.
Okay.
Derek.
Anyways, you delivered him. You agreed to help the people that want to regrow.
I thought it was Darren.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. I think it is Darren.
like Bobby Darin.
Terrence, Darren. It's one of the talking
I like
three.
with an I. Okay. Let me use this. Oh, that's so handy. Oh, at least for those of you that have bothered naming your figures, that's handy. All right.
How does one name a figure?
You just
Right-click on
You
it.
right-click it and...
Yeah. So, Hayduk got fairly badly wounded last time by an errant blade. So I believe the plan was to hole up here for a week or two while he was healing, before heading west, correct?
I believe so.
East,
I
actually.
don't know.
Heading east, I believe. Alright. So the lodge is very small. You have heard talk of other people and occasionally meet them, but it's obvious they are not living in the lodge, and nobody seems willing to talk about where they are living or what they're doing. However, a couple of days, or we'll say about a weekend, Isaac does come to you guys. He's like, as long as you're here, I'm wondering if I could impose upon you. We helped out a neighboring settlement in exchange for regular shipments of food. However, it's been several days and we have not received the most recent shipment. So, as long as you are here, taking advantage of our hospitality, do you think you might be able to go and collect the food that we're owed? Yes, no, maybe so?
Why not? Like a loan shark? My mom told me about loan sharks.
No, like, it was negotiated between all of us, but we used our knowledge of science to improve the yield of their their berry bush, and in exchange they agreed to give us a portion of their harvest. We've also sent them or helped them construct a stronger palisade to defend their bush, and use their knowledge to also help them build, better weapons. So it was a fairly equitable trade.
I mean, sure, why not?
I'd appreciate it. They are less than a day away, a little inland and north.
This gives a whole new meaning to Bushman.
He smiles. He's like, they call themselves the League.
The League?
The League.
What's a League?
I think it's a joke because their entire town is based around a berry bush. So they are the Bush League.
Haha. I don't get it.
He
What's a
sighs.
joke?
All right. So, do you guys head off right away, or do you have things that you need to do around the compound?
One
How long were we there?
It's been about a week.
So can I give like 2 or 3 poison checks real quick?
Let's do one at +4.
Okay.
I am going to
Crush it.
go make sure that Hayduk is all set up for me to be gone for a few days.
Oh,
Probably.
and I was doing the super deadly kind. They're calling.
The super deadly kind?
Yeah, the
concentrated?
non-watered down. Yeah.
Okay.
And I make it by said +4
Mm-hmm.
by 10.
So 5?
11.
So
Yeah.
5?
It's 5. Cool.
All right. Ever, you were trying to say something in there.
Yes. If we have been here for about a week, could I make some more surgery checks or anything to see if I can better Hayduke's condition? If not,
You don't need a
to make
surgery
it,
multiple times.
Yeah, you've already fixed him. It's just his natural
Yeah, it's-
healing now.
Yeah,
make
it's
something
now.
to make him more comfortable.
I
Like a
mean,
pillow.
that's what I'm working on. Like, I'm literally over at the stable, like making sure that he's good. It's like, I'm the animal husband.
All right. I guess then, by the time that you go knock on Gnome's quarters where he has been staying, there is like this big sheet and some tumbling behind. I'm not sure who's going to show up. Yeah, like wherever he is staying, or not sure we would have like a tiny crevice, or where are we staying
It's-
during this week?
This room.
Wait, just here?
Yeah, it's a longhouse.
Oh, then he probably is inside this place.
Okay.
So he comes out of the moving the sheets, and he says, "Gentlemen, behold! I have solved our methods of transportation." He pulls out away the sheet, and there is this a squirrel tied up to a dope with string and duct tape, and he just points at it. Behold, the transportator! And the squirrel tries to get out of the door but can't because of the pigeon. Then it tries to fly away, but it can't because of the squirrel. So he then goes to the squirrel and laughs, holds one of its paws up and says, "Right, Steve, now it's time for you to pay your month's rent!"
You know that a squirrel and a pigeon are both individually too large to fit into this building, right?
Yeah, they're way too big.
Way to ruin the joke.
I'm sorry.
But not this kid.
It could be a butterfly and a grasshopper?
Oh, those would have gotten eaten.
Terry, you're cutting in and out. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Those would have gotten eaten.
Okay. You may need to turn the
Oh,
game up on your mic.
It's just fussy. Might need a different mic. That's what
Okay.
it comes down to.
I just imagine he pulls curtains, the spiders are eating their remains, and we're like, huh.
Anything else that anybody wants to work on while you have downtime? Tara's milking her spiders.
I already did what I would normally do at the end of the last session.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
you updated your map. Okay. Darren,
Like I
let's
say,
see.
I'm just like spending the time with Hayduke and probably doing a lot of going out and hunting and gathering.
Yeah, staying away from everyone and fishing a bit.
Well, anybody who is doing
But like
that
at
sort of
dinner
thing.
times, I am sure all the people who live here are actually really glad that Leaf is leaving, because like I'm sure at like dinner when everybody's eating, he's just like asking these new people all of the questions
from what you can tell, there's
about everything.
nobody that really lives here. Like, you see Darren
So
once or twice.
it's just new people kind of circling in and out.
Not even that.
Oh.
Like Isaac probably is in here every day. And Alan and Rodrigo, like, at least one of them is around at all times. But otherwise, like, you might see a new face every now and then, but it's pretty empty.
Okay. And then I think, like, with the rest of the party, like, each of you guys, like, Leaf has spent, like, this whole week just being, like, no sense of personal boundaries. Just, like, you know, just asking all of the questions.
I think I'm on the rafters a lot, so unless you climb up there to meet me,
Yeah.
it's gonna be an interesting time. I mean, you could still try. It's definitely something you would do.
Yeah. Like, climbing is absolutely not a problem for me. I would definitely climb up there and just be, like, the most annoying person ever.
Probably about a couple, like maybe an hour, like 30 minutes in of you just doing that, she just push. Like, probably not strong enough to push you off, but definitely I'm done now. Push.
I mean, I feel like you could do that, and I could probably just roll off and, like, land it, so...
Anybody who is spending the time getting food for themselves, go ahead and roll a survival. Tom, I saw you did.
Yeah,
Do
it was,
you want to
tied-
do the,
tied
like,
my
plus
fishing.
4 for the days?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
I tied my fishing.
Well, taking the time over there a few days,
Mhm.
you should be able to get like a minnow or two.
Okay, cool.
Make it on the nose.
Succeed by 4.
All right. Anybody who succeeded by more than 0, you can get that many days rations. Anybody who made it right on, you get enough for a day.
So we have to keep rolling it then a week's worth?
No, they feed you while you're there.
Do they feed me?
They offer you food. Whether or not you take it is another thing.
I can only eat meat.
It's meat. It's just not people.
I'm not like strictly cannibal, but if it's meat, I'll take it, and I will not have it cooked. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they can probably handle that particular dietary requirement. Okay, so to the bush. It takes you a day to get there. And go ahead and put your peeps down. Assuming that it loads for logic. The other end. Player end, not GM end.
I mean, before we make the approach, like, maybe I should scout it. Let me scout it.
All right. How are you
I'm gonna
scouting
trust
it?
you.
Okay, so where is it, like, specifically?
It's north and
Like,
west of the lodge, inland.
okay, so I mean, is there, like, I'm literally, like, is there a way that I could, like, do the circle around it, like, I'm almost, Far Cry style.
I mean,
Like, I just want
if
to go
you,
around and look at it and get an idea of, like, the lay of the land and what's around, and
yeah, like the bushes that are not the berry bush have been chopped down, probably to make the wooden spiked palisade and the spikes that run around the entire outside of uh the bush. There's probably between 20 and 30 people you see. Uh, about half of them are guards and half of them are working on picking berries or moving the scaffolds around to make it easier to pick berries on the higher levels and things. There are several kids playing, and then in the backside here, you do see several people going in and out of a hatch built into the stone.
okay, can I watch that for like 20 minutes and, like, see who's going in and out, see if, like, they're carrying stuff?
Yeah, go ahead and roll observation.
Okay. Put it on there. Failed.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you see
damn.
people going in and out of there.
All right. I head back to the group. Uh, did it look like there was any weakness in their defenses?
What is that? Tactics. Roll tactics.
Can I roll an intelligence-based stealth to see if there's a place that I think I could get in?
Yes.
All right, so that would wind up being 14. I succeed by a lot.
There are no explicit blind spots. In fact, whoever helped them lay out and clear the area had a tactical eye for sure.
Okay. Cool. I head back to the group.
Be back
Oh, would you
when-
like me to roll a stealth to see?
Are you avoiding being spotted?
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of the goal. It's a
Um,
scout.
you know what I need to do is I need to do one of these that does not print the roll.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Then do you want to keep that stealth roll or roll another?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Do you want me to make the regular stealth roll, or do you just want to
You're all
lump
set.
that
Looks
that
clear.
previous one? Okay. All right, then I come back to the group and tell everybody what I saw. There's a gate up
Oh.
at the front. It's got wooden spiky things coming out of the fence all the way around it. And then there's a hatch that people go into. Oh, and guys with spears.
Could we do area knowledge to see what the overall culture of this part is? Or its custom in the city?
Sure.
Success by 1.
This is not a settlement that you are explicitly familiar with. On this side of the island, people tend to be more commerce based, just with the proximity to the gazebo. But that is not at all a given. Just in the wide variety of people in the on the island.
Oh, I'm sure they're friendly. They're probably just trying to protect themselves from that one thing that attacked us last time. I can't remember their name.
The chicken?
Well, the chicken, yes, and also that the Legion or whatever they're called.
They didn't.
The militaristic western or eastern side.
Well, I'm calling them the Legion.
He said league. I think he said bush league, whatever that means. Are they a league with a bush? I don't know.
Well, let's go ask them. I'm sure they will be hospitable enough. And I guess Sven will start walking towards the gate.
All right. There are two guards standing outside with long spears who are there to meet you. And I should get a little bit bigger on those two. That's better. Stop there. You're on private property.
I'm just here to check on the situation, my good friends.
The situation is this is private property and you're not welcome.
Whose property?
Ours.
We were sent here by your contractor.
Who are you talking about?
What was their name again? Also spiders.
Isaac, yeah. Yeah, you see more and more people like lining up on the tower.
Also, giant dude looking over the wall.
Isaac.
You can tell Isaac that our deal has been canceled, thank you.
And why is that? If you don't mind me asking.
We don't have enough to spare. Are those with you? He says, gesturing to the spiders.
Yes, they are.
If they get
Yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are.
if they get any closer, you're not going to be happy with the result.
Can I observe the berry tree to see how much they actually possibly have?
Yeah, roll naturalist or botany.
I will go with naturalist since I have that. Succeed by 7.
I mean, it's not a glute, but it's a significant amount. The problem is you don't really know how many people they're feeding.
That means we need to cull the herd a little bit.
I'm glad I'm not pointing out this observation out loud. Or else some of us might actually think about culling the herd a bit. If we don't know how many there are, sorry. You sure you don't want to do a fair trade? I make maps. Perhaps at least 1 day's rations for the people back there.
We don't need any help.
It sounds an awful lot like you made a deal, a deal, and well, my daddy always said that you never go back on your deal.
So what? We should starve to death just for honor's sake?
Well,
We
not
shouldn't.
not starve to death, but if you just don't talk to these people, and I'm sure you could come to some kind of arrangement. You don't have
The arrangement is you stay on this side of the wall and we stay on the other side. And we'll just have to pretend that gate's closed because as pretty as it is, it doesn't open or close.
Hmm. I have a feeling they made a deal with someone else.
Hey, what's in the hatchback there?
And that's none of your business.
What? I want to know!
Go away now, or we're gonna turn you into a pincushion.
Perhaps.
What's a pincushion?
Take a step forward and I'll show you.
Don't,
No.
don't do it.
We do not raise their bait. Perhaps if we can find another food source and share it with you, we can be willing to negotiate if we find more food sources.
Why would you give us food if you find food?
Because we
food,
have
you take your
corn
food,
flakes.
and everybody's happy.
Colin, what
Because-
time is it?
What time of day would you guys have made the approach?
Morning, I guess.
Morning it is.
Morning? Ugh. Okay. That means I have to wait
Yeah.
all day to murder all these people in their sleeps.
Well, the reason why is cooperation. You can't survive solely off berries or solely off other things. You need a bit of everything. Are you willing to work with us if we are willing to work with you? Fair trade.
I think I've made it pretty clear that we're not willing to work with you. We've been pretty polite considering, but I'm going to tell you explicitly right now, we're not going to give you any of our food. You can go away now.
Suck.
Turn around, walk off far enough so they can't see me anymore, and start diabolically planning when I'm going to eat them.
Okay.
Walk off.
We could just do the planning right here. Oh, you know what? Screw it. Let's do the planning. I made a random field map for just such an occasion.
What planning? Like, they said they weren't gonna give us any food. Like, don't we go back?
They owe us a service, and apparently they
Well,
don't
they don't
have-
actually owe us anything.
They owe them a service.
Like, they owe those guys a service. Like, what are we gonna do?
We were asked to just figure out why it wasn't coming.
Yeah. Like, now we can go back and be like, oh yeah, they're not giving you food. They were kind of
Oh, no.
dicks about it.
Don't know why,
Yep.
they just said they didn't want to give you food.
Like, I gotta be totally honest, like, that is how I feel about this. Like,
You're not curious
Like,
at all?
I do want to know what is in that hole. I do really want to know what's in that hole.
Hmm.
Do I have to murder a bunch of guys to go get in that hole?
Could we sneak into said hole, Colin? Is it, like, possible?
Anything's possible.
Like, we could go at night. I'd be down to go at night.
Hmm. This is concerning. They're not even up for fair trade anymore. Hmm. Indeed, and you said there was no obvious entryway, correct?
I mean, there's the gate.
Well, obvious stealthy entryway.
It looks like the. I mean, there's nowhere that's better or, less observable than others. So it's gonna rely more on the human factor of either timing it so there's not a guard nearby or being more stealthy than the guard is aware.
So they're those spiky things, they're pretty much the same all the way around.
Yeah.
It looked far enough to a person could walk in between them with no real problem. Or
That's
is that
fair.
just a
There are like thorns, we'll say, kind of like jutting out of the side from some of them. If you take your time, you could pick your way through them fairly easily, although at night it might be difficult.
Unless you can see perfectly fine in the night.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, they would be more difficult for the spiders or a squirrel if it weren't back at the lodge. Just because they're kind of clustered together, and so you would have to go over them, which would take you over the pointy part. Not impossible, just difficult. Which is probably why they're there, honestly, is to slow down attackers long enough to be skewered by javelins.
Could a big man, like, lay across the top of him and we could all run up his back?
That would actually probably really hurt.
Okay, could a big man lift us up over it?
Or lean.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I am
my,
suddenly,
What's your
I am
one-handed
suddenly,
lift?
my computer's kind of was having trouble, so
Okay. Let's
One-handed,
see here.
130 pounds. Two-handed lift, 520. He could easily probably two-hand us up.
Yes. Yes, he could lift each of you up there, no problem.
what? I think he can do me with a one-handed lift.
Can't do Sven with one-handed lift, but
Yes, with all of my equipment. Yes, with all of my equipment, I weigh 129.9 pounds.
Even with two,
Like-
like if you're just over, if you can lift 520 pounds with two hands, I feel like most of you are an easy lift.
wait. Did you say 129.9?
0.9.
Wow, even Sven could two-handed lift you up.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm, like, skinny. Skinny little twig.
So is that the
Be 90
plan?
pounds.
Using the human siege tower?
I mean,
letter. Yeah.
we do it again. We were given a task to see why. Do we care?
That is entirely up to you. Do you care?
Do we care to figure out why these people, even further, why
I mean,
people are
I
refusing?
really want to know what's down that hatch.
Like, I don't care either way.
Like, but that said, I don't necessarily want to, like, go kill a bunch of dudes. And they look like if they caught us in there, like, that's how it ends.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, if it's only food, I'm not sure if we are on the right to take it away from them if they're
No.
having trouble with the numbers.
Can I sniff around and see if there's been any comings and goings?
Yeah. Tracking is based on perception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
tracking.
actually take tracking, but
Okay. Well,
I'll
so
pull top of it.
default on tracking is perception -4 probably, but you can use your smell instead of the regular perception.
And I also believe I get a bonus on this because of my distinguishing
Well, that's what's letting you do it.
discriminator. Okay.
Like nobody else would be able to smell.
Nope, not with the -4.
There's a lot of smells around here.
I'd give it a try, but
Wait, you have the nose of a basset hound too?
no, I have a tracking skill.
What are you looking for? What are you guys looking for?
If people came or went.
to track. Succeed by 3 on seeing if any tracks have come and gone more recently after us.
And I have succeeded by 2.
There have been a couple of individual carts that have come and gone, or the same cart twice.
So you say that, you say looking for the individuals. Leaf will be like that one or that one. Like point to a rut.
They're still sending out carts, but where are they sending them out to?
I believe that's where you should follow the path.
And then maybe we can ask him about what's down the hole.
Probably.
I'm
the
really
food supply.
curious what's in the hole.
I want to know why they go underground like that. I bet it's where they live. It's probably like an ant colony.
That's
Oh,
possible.
do they live with the ants? That's so cool. I want to go pet some ants.
I want to eat some ants.
You want to eat ants? Why would you want to eat ants?
They're delicious.
If you follow a trail of ants to somewhere, you can usually find some food.
Yes, and possibly be attacked by the ant. Over said food.
What? No, they don't care. They're going to get food. So you just follow it there, and then you look around where they're not collecting food. Grab some and leave. But yeah, let's follow this guy. Point at that set of tracks, and just like do.
You're more clever than people give you the credit, Leaf.
All right. They head steadily south, in easy to navigate areas. How long are you willing to follow them? Because, just answer me that question. Like, you're following them to their destination?
I think so.
Alright, so you will have to sleep or march through the night because night will fall before you get to the end.
I mean, I like night.
I mean, sleep is good too.
Fine.
Is there a tree or a bush or someplace where I can sleep for the evening?
Yeah, roll survival.
Woodlands? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. They're the same damn roll. On the nose.
Success by 4.
By 4.
Although we don't actually have to do this with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one person.
Yeah.
Spread out.
So the lowest roll was success by 4?
By 2
Yep.
people.
Okay. Then yeah, you are able to find a place that is sheltered, defendable, and has access to water. So you are all able to get a good night's sleep. Until the next morning when the sun comes up.
Woo.
Good morning. Good morning. Alright, continuing to follow the tracks, I take it? Somebody
I
give me
believe so.
a
Yep.
new survival world to pick them up again, or tracking, rather.
Sure.
Success by 4.
Success by 6.
Poof. Yeah, okay, you pick them up right away. And walk through most of the day before... Oh, that's midnight, not noon. Before you do see the gazebo in the distance, and the tracks do seem to be heading towards the gazebo.
Oh, they're selling things. The jackasses.
I think if it's around noon, you guys all see that Leaf is like looking down and kind of not necessarily looking where he's going, and he's got like his hood just like pulled down as far as it can go. Also, of note, like his goggles are just like pitch black. They're what I'm envisioning is that they're actually like cut out like welder's lens over his eyes.
That'd be about right.
Just like oh. So, and you have never seen him take them off.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not the weirdest thing.
No, but if we're doing slight character development, I figure like it's noon, we're marching,
Yeah.
Still on.
inform a thing about the character.
So are you guys going to continue into town knowing that that's where the cart went?
I mean, I'm not allowed in that town, so
Was there tracks back?
There were 2 tracks. You are really not
Oh.
able to tell which way they were going.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. What was the mode of propulsion?
Humans.
There by
You would totally be able to tell which direction the tracks are going because
Yes,
the
there's
D-pad.
there's one going one way and one going the other way.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's totally fair.
from
They were not kind enough to timestamp the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. No, I know. That's fair. Just arguing for information. I don't know. Do we go back? Oh, I call this walking. I don't usually walk a lot across land. I ride the squirrels. So this is really good for my legs. What's my mom call it? Leg day? I've had like a bunch of leg days.
you all can. Why don't you all go into town and see where they've been selling the berries, and I'll get us some lunch.
Sounds like a good idea. We'll do our best. Come on, Tommy, my boy. Let's find us the berries.
They don't like us so much in Gazebo. I mean, they don't
That's-
hate us, but
That's
a lot of people like us that much.
there's a lot of there. There's a lot of people there. But
Like finding a needle in a haystack.
like this gazebo's enormous, like kind of city-like, right?
Yes, it is the closest thing to a city on the island.
I mean, but we clearly are gonna recognize the guys from that village, from that place, because they're gonna be dressed up in the same manner, right?
This is true.
Tiny toothpick spears and the same kind of racks.
I mean, you could. There's also a lot of potential witnesses.
And we're not gonna get into a fight unless they attack us.
No, I mean that might have
people
seen the
have seen.
people. If
Yeah.
anybody
Oh,
has
yeah.
any kind of social skill.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, not at all.
Social's not hard for me. I do have bonfires. Not sure if that helps. I have observation and search. If that could possibly help.
Streetwise, I think is going to be a little more the order that we're going for here.
If we don't have it, it is what minus what.
Can somebody look up what streetwise defaults do while I put some people out?
Right here.
Dogs. Now is not an opportune moment.
The IQ -5. Hey, have you seen the berry seller? Oh my god, I made it. Like, I literally, that's kind of what I do, I think. Like, hey, have you seen the berry seller?
The guy's probably eating a berry right there. He's just like slowly munching and slowly pointing out where he got it. I don't know.
Not for a couple of days, but you might check over at the Pruno hut.
Where's that?
He gestures like, You'll see it when you see the blue coffee mug. It's the building right next to it.
What's a coffee mug?
Oh, I think it's and he's gonna look around to see if he sees it. Observation or search.
I guess search.
Okay, 12. It's what you use to get some coffee. Normally says world best that. I like that one. He just points to the one that says world best scratch berries.
It actually says Blunder Bros, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
But, yeah, so you do, with a minimum amount of time, honestly, are able to find the Pruno hut. You guys are... put yourselves anywhere here.
No hut.
The
Wow.
whole gazebo is like a bustling hub. Like there's all kinds of things going up. It's 3-dimensionally bustling. Like you look up and there's things going on. You look down and there's things going on. Like even like if you look through the cracks, there are people underneath the gazebo that are like digging or cultivating mushrooms or something. Like literally the entire place is bustling. There's thousands of people here.
This is fucking crazy to Leaf. Like,
Yeah.
and with his curiosity, I'm sure you guys have to like tow him along like regularly.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
probably
he'll just
staying out with Tara.
stop and just be like, "Whoa."
Are you sure? I mean, you're welcome to. It's just my spiders.
Oh no, not with you, but
Really
like
creepy.
not in the town because, well,
I mean, do they hate you
maybe.
there?
No, I'm just they do have a negative reaction, but also have severe shyness. So thousands of people is.
Yeah, that might be a little overwhelming.
Yeah, that makes
I mean,
sense.
you can roll a control. You can roll your control rating to see if you even can.
I mean, I get strange looks this whole goddamn time. I am full of the strange looks.
Yeah, I'll roll my CR. Or it's actually just says shyness. Doesn't have it written down there, but it's probably a 12.
You would always say it somewhere. Shyness severe. Oh,
Wow, it doesn't say it. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
base 154.
Severe, you are very uncomfortable around strangers and tend to be quiet even among friends. -2 to a bunch of skills. Acting,
Okay,
carousing,
so-
diplomacy, fast talking,
Yeah.
intimidation, leadership.
So it's not that you can't. It's just that you're
Gotcha.
not happy.
Okay, then yeah, I'll go up with him. I'll just be not happy. And we're all getting weird looks.
Yeah, you are definitely an odd group, even without the spider lady and the squirrel amount. Yep. So I think these guys are the representatives of the Pruno hut. So they will be the ones that somebody will talk to if anybody has any skills to talk to people.
Suck.
I think Lodge is closest, but
No, I can't talk for shit.
I have no talking skills.
Same.
Well, I mean, you don't have
That
to
doesn't
roll
mean
for
you-
it.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have a reaction bonus. Maybe that would make me a little bit better.
Reaction bonus from...
Being an artificer and being a scientist.
So, from other artificers and scientists?
Yeah. Are there any craftsman looking person over here in this place?
They are actually craftsmen.
Okay, I'll try to see if I can get to talk to one of them and get us more information as to the berries. I'll
You don't need to roll anything. You can just tell me how you're approaching them, and until you need to make a roll, you do not need to make a roll.
Yeah.
He is going to get close to the stand and as to put on his tiny crafting helmet on and look around. After noticing no berries, he is gonna ask the fellow, excuse me, my friend. I require berries for my experiments. Do you happen to know where I can get the best ones in quality? I was here to look for the bush leeks one, but I can't find them anywhere.
Bush leagues aren't any better or worse than the normal ones we get. You can try to go to them, but they're a little insular lately. They sold us some recently. Unfortunately, they have all been used.
That is a pity. I would ask them myself, but you say that they would not take it kindly. Why would this be? Are they angry about something?
No, they've just they've come under attack in the last month or so, which led them to bolster their defenses an appreciable amount. Also, they've had some turnover in their leadership, which means that the new leader probably isn't quite as confident in his abilities.
Or he's just a dick.
Or he's
that's
just
one way to put it. Still, new leader. Any idea what his name be?
Pardon me, mighty yawn. I didn't actually give him a name, so let's give him a name. What is the name of the leader of the Bush League? George.
Jane Roster.
No, his name is George.
I was about to say it'd have to be George.
Yeah, it would have to be George. George of the Bush League.
I see. Well, now I seem to be in a pickle because I'm trying to reach these people, but I cannot find them in their place. Would you know where they might be staying around here? Maybe if I could try and negotiate with them, might be better.
Haven't seen them for a couple of days. I doubt we'll see them again. They came in, traded for what they wanted, and left. And yeah, like I said, I don't think they're going to need to come around again for a while. Maybe
what was what they wanted? Maybe I could offer them something like that.
They actually traded for one of my apprentices. Yeah, the most skilled of them. And honestly, I think I still
What's in the hole?
What?
Bro, never mind him.
They took one of the guys learning to make the thing that they make, so now they're making the thing that those guys make with one of their apprentices in the hole. Now we know it's in the hole. That's gotta be what's in the hole.
So what's in the hole?
We don't know, but what was your apprentice good at?
Well, we make Pruno.
You guys.
Sorry, what was that?
We make Pruno.
No. But I mean, so his skill out of character would be brewing, would be mechanical, would be gear wise, stuff like that.
Roll me area knowledge. Or...
I don't have area knowledge.
You have no idea what Pruno is.
What's Pruno?
What's Pruno?
He smiles and goes inside and comes out with a handful of tankers of a thick, strong-smelling beverage of some sort and hands one to each of you.
Oh, but thank you. Smells wonderful.
A warrior's drink.
Yeah, it does not taste wonderful. Everybody give me an HT roll.
I was
It's-
gonna take
Any
it.
minuses?
It's alcohol based, right?
It has alcohol in it. It is not based on alcohol.
Like I smell it first.
Yes.
Like what? What is this?
I can't smell
Oh my
anything.
God.
But I passed.
Yeah, you're all fine. I was really looking for somebody to roll horrendously.
There is still people, I'm sure, rolling.
I'm good.
Okay, use all your good rolls now. That's fine too.
Yeah, I was about to say, race to that.
It
Remember?
it is strong with alcohol, but he's like, he'll just explain it. He's very proud of himself. He's like, I used to brew it when I was in the pen. You just need something with a lot of sugar and somewhere to ferment it. It's like wine, except not.
Thicker?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's prison wine. It's thick, it's disgusting. It's half vinegar, half alcohol. Like kombucha is better than this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
uh,
feel like Leaf gets it up to his nose and it's just like no.
You're not curious what it tastes like?
Yeah, what
so
flavor is it?
If anything smell like these why did I slip into Sigurd? If anything smelled like this at home, we throw it away.
He's like,
At the
honestly,
same time,
yeah,
you
it's-
might need to stick your tongue in it.
yeah.
Not drink it, but stick your tongue in it.
Oh,
Take a-
yeah,
take a
there we
little
go.
sip.
Yeah, okay.
So, Oh.
Stick tongue. HT.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna get drunk.
Fail
How
Oh.
badly did you fail?
by one.
You gag, but you keep it down, or
Okay. No.
yeah, it's disgusting. But this guy is convinced. This is his first batch, but this guy's convinced that he's gonna make a lot of money. And honestly, with as many people as around here, he might be right.
what happens is Sven lifts his mask, takes a sip, and is like, "Nope," passes it to to Gnome. I'm like, "It's not my stuff. Bit too thick."
Yeah, Gnome chugs it. He likes this. It's horrendously good for him.
Oh my god, I hand it to Gnome.
Here comes another tree.
Is he drinking all three? Oh my god.
I fail by one, and mental can be horrid. Lord!
You know what? With that alcohol tolerance that is in your racial template there, I am perfectly fine with you guzzling this.
Yes!
And the guy's like, all right, I was thinking about calling it purple berry. What do you think?
I love it. It is the best damn thing I've tasted in a long time. We gotta talk more about this. I want more for my experiment.
He's like, all right, well, I'm going to charge a length of wire per cup.
I give him one of my. Do you have any equivalent change in wire?
I mean, all of your money's in wire. How much money do you have?
I have no idea.
Because he
it
started
was
with
turned into
20,000.
wire. Oh, I haven't spent anything, so probably 20,000.
Well, how'd you get your?
Yeah, you've probably spent a ton.
How'd you
I
get
figure
your
I would
equipment?
craft it. I scrounge it and craft it like everything.
Well, then you spent the
But I mean,
equivalent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even if you craft it, you spend
Yeah,
the bill.
you
starting gear is starting money, like no matter what.
You'll have to do that as soon as I remember how to do money.
Okay.
Well,
Well, it's a
Where's
dollar.
your sheet?
He has no equipment listed on a sheet at all.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm wearing no armor. It's just a normal clothing and a normal tiny hat. Like, I'm not fit for war. That's why I was like, okay, I don't figure I need to worry about that.
Well, we'll do that before next week.
I just see more magic?
I just wanted to see how it would look. All right. Yeah, so these guys traded a shit ton of berries for somebody who knows how to make a vaguely alcoholic drink, and then left.
That's a bit concerning.
So that just means they're reneging on the deal.
Yep, it seems that they were not worried about food at all. And also, they make really good booze. You gotta try it.
It's not that they can't feed anyone, they just want to make alcohol so they can make money. That is reneging on the deal, although I don't know this as a character, those words, but with a smart guy like Ever, he'd probably be able to be like, well, that's not cool.
Yeah, he will let you guys know that they're probably just watching on the deal to get money on the side and whatever. With the new changing leadership, that's probably...
They've been attacked recently, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who
You
attacked
offer them some...
Yeah, that's a good point.
Nobody here knows. Like, I mean, they're a day and a half away.
Oh, that's a good point.
But at least we have a
go
motive.
back and offer our murder hobo services.
Murder hobo services.
Well, Noma will, after explaining the situation, will suggest that perhaps it's a good idea to go back to our host, explain the situation, and see what they want us to do. If they want us to knock again on their doors, it'd probably be with a harmful intention, of course.
Well, I want to go figure out who attacked them now. Maybe they'll help me figure out what's in that hole.
I could not get any information on that, though.
No, but if it was a sizable attack, like maybe there's tracks on the other side.
Well thought.
It was a month ago.
Oh.
What the barkeep or berry keep have told me, like, they were attacked by this...
He doesn't know.
No.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. All he knows is they were attacked, they ended up bolstering their defenses, and now have sold their berries.
It probably also has to do with a change in leadership. They did say that they now refuse a deal. Like to think that it was not the decision of the previous leader.
The previous leader was probably killed in the attack.
Most likely.
Honestly, no honor amongst them, is there?
They say there's no honor among thieves, but we cannot research that for sure.
No honor amongst your moms.
Well, when you think about it, why would they? Mothers are strong, savage people.
That's what Father said. And then Father passed away. But anyway, we need to figure out a way to either make them honor their agreement originally, or fix their problems.
Alright, so the plan is to go back up north to Berry Bush?
To Berry Bush again?
No, not to Berry Bush, but to where we got employed. They might be able to say, okay, go back, attack them, and we'll, here's some currency, or whatever.
Well, I have a question. Can I roll area knowledge to see if, like, maybe there's a couple of likely candidates for who attacked him
Yeah, absolutely.
in the area? Alright, so I'm not super good at this.
Still a nice try.
Verse 12. No.
I mean, you did see a group of people that were ambushing people nearby not too long ago. But other than that, nobody comes immediately to mind. But you're not familiar with this side of town at all, or this
Yeah,
side of the
okay.
island.
Maybe the
At least-
host. Sorry.
At least not familiar enough.
Yeah.
Nama will suggest maybe the host will know more about it. He could even tell us who attacked them, and maybe we can go and attack them instead.
Yeah, let's go back to Isaac and them.
Okay. Tara, was that roll for hunting?
Yeah, it was. I failed.
Okay.
Just it's
You're too
too
close
bright
to the
out.
gazebo, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that took my +9 bolt of slaying like it was nothing. It's a gazebo.
Surprised we made it to episode 3 before that reference came up.
I tried to
No,
make it
we-
the other night. Like,
We've
yeah.
made it a few times. We just
Yeah,
never
it's-
like actually.
Mhm. Yeah.
The reference has been made.
Okay. I'm not gonna bring up the map, but you do meet with Isaac, and he's like, oh, so what's the delay on the berries?
Who would like to talk about it? Am I the face now? I guess.
You have ADD boy, the girl who wasn't there, shy guy, Mr. Antisocial map guy. I think you are.
Darn.
Yeah.
Gnome is going to then look at the group and then look at him and take a step forward, saying, "It seems you have a little bit of a leadership problem. The settlement has fallen into a new leader, and he has deemed that he no longer wants to treat with your people. It seems that they're using an attack that happened a month ago or something along the lines over it to stage this change. They are, however, selling your berries to, what do you say? The berry monk?
Pruno.
Pruno. They're selling the berries to make Pruno. They still seem to be doing something on that hatch of them. Though we have no personal quarter to them, it seems that it's we were not sure if you could tell us if you would know, perhaps, who attacked them.
Yeah. It was ogres.
Ogres?
Yeah,
Oh,
about a
I
month
hate
ago.
ogres.
Band of there's a band of, well, they call themselves the ogres up there. Big hulking things with an appetite for human flesh, and his eyes kind of shift unconsciously to Tommy and back.
I'm not an ogre.
No, of course not. Anyway, after the attack that killed their leader, his son George reached out, and we were able to come to the deal about helping bolster their defenses. Rodrigo was the project leader.
It seems that
Yeah,
the
they-
change in leadership was recent, so
I mean, yeah, but it was George, the new guy. But
But then George went back on the deal.
they're saying they didn't have enough to share.
That's-
yeah, but they clearly have enough to sell for booze and get wire.
Well, I traded for the scientist. But yeah,
Wouldn't they need booze? Or wouldn't they need berries to make booze, and that's not feeding no one? They are betrayers of their word. I say we kill a few of them, eat them, and then force them to bring them their berries that they were given.
If you
Or
take the
we-
berries
I like
by
that
force,
plan, but I
Go ahead.
don't like the part about all of it.
The ogres are still a problem, though they are non-cooperative. They seems to be like a bigger issue. No pun intended.
Problem is, if
I mean,
you
I
do
just
that-
have a problem with the killing these people, and then eating them. I also have a problem with that. But I have a problem with both of those things.
Yes, that would make us no better than
Like-
the ogres in their eyes.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I am totally
Not an ogre.
capable, and it's happened. But like, do it? Are we the people that go immediately to like, killing people? Because
No, I actually don't kill people if I can help it.
We use science!
see, I like you, Tommy. I think we're gonna go places. Literally, I think we're gonna eventually walk somewhere else.
Well, why don't we see if we can aid their defenses? Maybe that'll help.
And I also have
Didn't he just say they aided in their defenses, bolstering their defenses, and that was part of the deal for
Yeah.
berries?
Mm-hmm.
Then did we? So all logic says that if we do that, help them make their forces better for more berries, all they're gonna do is say, "Ha ha! We tricked you for free labor. We're dicks."
They also seem to have taken purchase of one of the makers of Prog.
Bruno.
Pruno. Not sure with what purpose would that be. Anything you would be enlightened by with this information?
I look at you and go, "They're making more drink."
Well, yes, that was a given. I'm not sure if they have another purpose for that drink.
I mean, it'll get you drunk.
Waste. I don't know how you drank that. Like, just smelling it kind of made me
I just realized.
gag a little.
Are the ogres still in the area?
Almost certainly. That's why we helped them build the Palisades.
Yet they haven't been attacked yet. Or at least as far as we can tell. Do you think they made a deal perhaps with the ogres? Requiring a brewmaster?
It is possible. If they only have to give brews to the ogres, and they don't have to pay you, I probably would have taken that deal.
So wait,
Sounds like to me they just decided they're going to make this alcoholic disgusting mess so they can sell it and make profit, and instead of giving the what's due to these fine people.
Indeed.
Rodrigo, you said Rodrigo made it, correct? Would he know any ways in? Other than the front gate?
I think Rodrigo, I'm pretty proud of my craftsmanship. There shouldn't be any ingress areas besides the front gate, and anybody approaching is likely to be seen from patrolling guards if they have still adhered to the guard schedule that I helped them create.
Wait.
Yeah, see, they bolster their defenses. We could. Well,
Oh.
yeah.
could
Wait,
you give
so
us
if
the
we-
guard schedule?
Yes, that would help a lot.
So, yeah, I mean,
What are we doing?
pretty standard. Obviously, we don't have watches, so they use a sand-based timer, and every time that the timer empties, they do a patrol around the outside.
Wait, you don't have watches? Like, who watches? Who looks around?
Watches as in a clock.
What's a
Sorry,
clock?
what?
What?
I believe he means a device made to create a time reference in order to know what time is it.
Like the sun and the moon?
Yes, indeed. That way you will know how many hours are before it goes dark.
Or you just look at the sun and see as it declines when it starts getting dark.
Yes, but it changes according to the rotation around the sun. It is always going darker faster in the midst of fall. It helps
Really?
keep accurate.
I knew it. I told Tommy about that, or not Tommy. Sorry, that just first one that came to mind. I told Johnny about that, but he didn't believe me. He thought it. Ooh, I'm gonna tell Tommy that.
So, the question is, we gave you the information. Our job is technically complete. Do you want us to get you the food by any means necessary, or do you want to?
I don't know what's in the hole.
I mean, we need the food. So if you are able to get the berries for us, that would be really helpful. Otherwise, some other source of ongoing sustenance would be appreciated.
Could
Conflict is necessary.
Colin,
Yes.
could I make a science roll and see if my patent-pending coordinator could help sustain the population somehow?
Well, no, because you need the corn. So, I mean, the technology could help. Like, you could definitely invent something that, could reduce waste or something, but they need a large source of
Renewable food.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hmm. I would rather we not get into a fight with them if not necessary.
Though it seems we have only the choice of stealthily gathering the food or fighting
Right.
them.
Dirty ogre's fault.
Or, if we could talk to the leader and see what's really happening, be a plan.
We could definitely try again, but they will be aware of our presence again. It would make things far difficult.
Or we go searching for a new forward source, and that could take a while.
A long time.
We could eat some ogres.
Like that.
The ogres
not
are
eating
still
ogres,
human,
but
right?
Finding them.
No, the ogres are the size of Tawny.
No one's hitting my boy.
Also, I would say fighting the ogres would probably be a bad idea for us.
I think
They
we
are-
sneak it. I think we sneak it.
Seems like the likeliest solution.
Steal the food.
Not very sustainable.
Yes, we can't keep doing that.
Right.
If they need sustenance, then we must get an agreement with them.
Which means we must talk to them. Sneaking in might close that door.
If we are to solve this problem, yes.
Perhaps if a few of us go, not all of us, just a couple.
Definitely Tommy has to come. We have to at least assure them that we can do something about protection.
That might be a bad idea, though, because Tommy is the size of an ogre. They might see no difference in him.
I'm not
I
going to do ogre.
always do go with Tommy. I wouldn't feel good going without him, but I can understand.
Perhaps Tommy's presence was why they were a bit more hostile last. I'm sorry, my friend. It's
I
not.
think they were always hostile. I think Tommy's presence doesn't matter. I think they just sound like they're not very nice.
Indeed.
Why we should eat them.
So is that the plan?
It seems so. We will try the diplomatic approach.
We do the diplomatic approach at night, and then maybe I
Well-
can sneak in the back.
We can make the diplomatic approach on the evening, and if that doesn't work, we can do it at night.
I say we do it at night so they can sneak
There's-
in case.
There's a lot of advantages to doing it at night too, because they're going to be all tired from a hard day's work, standing and watching a wall.
Good thought. Well thought.
They rotate
and-
out. It's not the same
Yeah.
12 guys
All it.
all day and all
Yeah.
night.
That's true.
Colin,
They have
Yes.
shifts, literally.
can I do a cartography to make a spare map to give to them as a trade or peace offering
Yeah.
for like the fruits? Okay, I'm going to roll cartography. I'll get below 14.
I mean, this is something I wouldn't think of as a character, but also
No. Sedge.
Well, you have drawn up a map with dangerous areas and popular trade routes marked on it. Good job.
Okay.
How badly did you fail?
By 1.
Okay. Then it's not horribly inaccurate.
It's only slightly. Like, just a bit off on, like, probably a couple 100 feet for, or 100 inches for a dangerous area.
Alright, so you approach at night. Yes?
Yes.
I think they approach at night.
That would be me and sorry, Logic, what was the name of the character?
Sven.
Then,
Sven. So Sven and I will go, and the rest are gonna stay back. That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say that...
We're staying like at the tree line or something.
Hmm.
I thought the other 3 were trying, or the other 2 were trying to sleep in.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like moving around the back. You make a handy distraction.
I mean,
Alright.
I could sneak in, but I don't know if I want.
You could go with Leaf and see if you can try to sneak in. Take out any.
Leave. It's with stealth like that. It's usually better just to have one person, so someone doesn't fuck it up for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, I don't know what he's doing, like breaking in for, but we'll find out.
I think he's checking out what's in the hole.
Okay.
What's in the hole?
Alright, so you walk up and ask for George and wait for them to, like, wake him up?
Sure.
Yeah.
He comes out, he's like, I've already talked to you guys. My answer hasn't changed.
We understand that you.
Anything we can offer?
No! This is my... this is our fruit. We
Yeah,
can't
and-
spare
and-
any of it to give away.
And
I'm sorry.
Rodrigo helped you build your defenses.
He did, and I'm grateful, but I can't spare the fruit.
Why not?
Because we're
Or
using it
what-
all. We need it all.
What changed?
George, I have a
You
question.
could also say, "Well, we're here to collect the fort."
True.
And George, I have a question.
You're gonna have to speak up a bit.
Sorry. George, I have a question.
Yes.
What would your father say for you to be dishonest and break your deals?
My father would be doing the same thing as me right now.
Obviously not. He kept his word.
All right, go ahead and make a fast talk roll.
What would that be? What would that be under?
It's the skill
It
fast
is a
talk.
skill. Defaults
I think
to
it's-
acting -5 or IQ -5.
IQ -5, I guess. Let's see if you can do it. I actually just hit it on the head.
I'm doing what I need to protect everybody who lives here from another attack.
Making a deal with the ogres.
Does anybody have body language?
I don't, but does anybody else have?
You know what? It doesn't
Nope.
matter. Like, he balks visibly at that. He's like, "How did you know?"
It is
We
your
work for
previous employee
the guys
who
who
sent
built
us
the
here.
defenses. Like, we
You hire them to fight against the ogres. It does not take much to put 2 and 2 together, kid.
also I hate ogres.
Yeah, Tommy doesn't like them. So don't worry, we're not with them.
I know you're not with them, but
Then could you consider cooperating with us? You ask for a job, and for that job requires payment. You must understand that for sure. You are the leader among these people.
If I don't give the ogres what they want, they will kill and eat more of us.
Ah, what do they want?
Alcohol.
What was the
Alcohol.
deal that you made? Only alcohol? How many ounces or drams?
He like looks at you. He's like, they don't measure. They just
Yeah.
want to get drunk.
Oh, right, they're idiots. Then things can be done, but not without you turning your back on the deal.
How many are they?
If
5, maybe 6.
Okay. Wait,
Couldn't
how many
talk
do you
about it.
have?
I mean, there's 50 of us that live here. Maybe 20 are capable of taking up arms if they have to.
Have you never thought, when they get drunk, to possibly strike back, as they would be a bit too intoxicated to properly fight back at full strength?
Okay, A, they don't get drunk
Damn, I was-
here. B, you have no idea what how vicious these things are.
but we can help if
Really
you're
wish I was
willing to
there.
cooperate with us. We could. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Tara.
Oh, I was just saying, I really wish I was there because I have an idea. But oh well.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go with the other character and just go straight to it. His suggestion is work with us. You're gonna pay the deal, and we're gonna help you get rid of the ogres. My plan is we are gonna deliver the next shipment of booze to the ogres, and we're gonna ambush them. And once we deal with them, you're gonna have to continuously help to provide food to the
We're
community.
gonna ask them to leave. We're not gonna ambush them, but you know.
The ogres? I don't think they're gonna be polite enough to consider diplomacy
Well, we
if
gotta
they're
ask
willing
at
to
least.
eat people.
If you can really get rid of the ogres, then yes, obviously we will give all of the berries promised and more to the growers.
Good. That's a start. So we need you to tell us when is gonna be the next booze delivery, and you're gonna have to send us instead of them, because we need to know where they are, and we're gonna need to know whatever we need to proceed with our plan.
They're not regularly scheduled. We just send them a cart as soon as it's full.
Okay. How long until it's full?
I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks. We've only had the brewer here for a few days, so it's gonna take a
Where
little
do you
while.
where do you send the cart to?
He'll tell you.
Okay, so we have the location.
He's like, you don't want to attack them there, though. They have traps and murder holes, and it's a genuinely horrifying place. Like, it's built into a little crack in the rocks.
That's why we will use science. Would I be able to use chemistry to know a way to spike this pruno and just make it super devastating? Knock them out.
spiders.
You know somebody who walks around with a bevy of spiders.
Yes, but would
Yeah.
that
Also
change?
makes poison.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we know what we're gonna do. Keep working on that pruno on the double, and we go back with our group. Unless anybody
I
else
think-
wants to ask.
I think
any-
also someone's checking out the hole because their curiosity demands it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Yes.
guys are gonna sneak in.
I think I was gonna sneak in.
Yeah, just him.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay, so my stealth is verse of 15, so I'll roll stealth first. Success by 5, and I'm like sure I've got massive penalties for light.
Yeah, no, you slip right in. Go ahead and roll to climb.
All right. It's on that page. 13. success by 2.
Yeah, alright. You make it up and over the wall. I'm just gonna run over and open the hatch.
Yeah, I just want to go over and take a look at the in the hole.
There's a lot of people down there, and also the smell of fermentation wafts out and hits you almost like a physical wall. Like when you go into the monkey house at the zoo, like there's just a wall of smell for a minute.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I think, like, I smell that, remember that taste, gag, and then pop back over the wall.
Okay. Team meeting.
Maybe I exclaim, I knew it! And then, scurry away.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy. I come back to the group. They're making Bruno!
Yeah, we know.
Mm-hmm. We confirmed that. They made a deal with the ogres.
Well, they're being. It's protection money, basically. They're being, extorted for the Pruno, but.
For how long? Until they decide to eat them anyways. These poor people are being used.
Colin,
Yes.
can I roll survival or area knowledge or something to know of deadly poison berries around here?
Naturalist.
I do not have that. What's that default to?
I do have naturalists, I believe. Let me check.
Yeah, I think you've rolled it before.
IQ -6 or biology -3.
I have pharmacy herbal. Not sure if that helps. Oh yeah, naturalist or like.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. Tara, how'd you do?
Made it on the nose.
Okay.
I succeeded by 2.
Okay, so I think Ever is able to, like, okay, you see this is Wolfsbane, and this is blah blah blah, and so he shows you what to look out for, and between the two of you guys, you're able to gather up a significant amount of something
Poisonous?
poisonous.
Deadly. Poisonous.
Well, that'll really depend on your poisons roll, won't it?
Yep.
Well,
Alright,
we
so
do
we got...
need it to be seamless and not noticeable by these ogres. Otherwise, we're
Alright,
screwed.
So, we're all with the poison idea? Murder poison idea?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Alright, we have to
Not-
get in there and have access to the thing, so we better get in there and have access to the thing.
We do.
Come on, big man, carry all the poisonous stuff.
It's easy enough. Oh, Ever, roll me,
Yes.
I'm looking, hold on, physician. Roll me physician.
Position would be 11. I succeed with a 2. By 2.
From what you understand, the way that Pruno is made, it's pretty easy for it to just grow botulinum on its own.
Would that kill the
Oh, yeah.
ogres?
Yeah, most of the moonshine.
Yeah,
shit
I
will kill
mean,
people.
paralysis, death. I think it actually paralyzes the muscles in your lungs, so you can die just from asphyxiation.
Oh, so we could
Hey,
just...
that with the added poison in there, we could definitely murder them.
Yeah.
I'm all for this.
figure we could just increase the amount of that and just make it, and seemingly it would be the same taste, right? It would just be incredibly
It's
deadly.
not gonna taste good no matter what. So, yeah. I mean, it's gonna taste like fermented sugars, and it's gonna have alcohol in it.
All right,
Look,
so let's
I'm not
roll on
here
up
for
to the
killing,
front.
I'm here to get deadly.
Yeah, I mean, it takes 4 or 5 days to get a significant
They let us
quantity.
in.
Sorry?
They let
Oh
us
yeah,
in.
they absolutely let you in. They will keep a close eye on you, but they will keep.
Maybe
you
let
in.
the boys in too, because I need to milk them.
Oh no! Oh right, the spiders.
They're required. I need them.
Diplomacy. What does diplomacy?
Probably IQ as well.
IQ -6 or politics -6?
I mean, I can try
Yeah.
talking, but so can someone else who's smarter than I am.
Maybe it'd be
I do it
probably
on the
invest in
nose.
some of these skills of it.
All right, they're not happy, and they want you to stay away from like the areas of the compound where the kids are sleeping. But they let the spiders in.
And
I mean,
do you
that's
want a
pretty-
poisons roll with a
Yeah.
plus because of the amount of time it takes?
Just make it a straight poisons roll.
Just straight?
Yep.
All right. By quite a bit. By 5, I think.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So botulism, some poisonous berries, and some spider venom.
Yep.
That's gonna taste like a lot of poison.
I mean, to be fair, you're literally making poison too. So
Yeah, we're hiding it in the most strong tasting thing ever.
Yeah.
And if I can, I wanted to make it slow acting so it murders them later.
With a success by 5. Well, plus that's how it works in
Mhm.
general. The spider venom, like well, it's a paralytical. So
Yeah, I just didn't want to have it so when they take a sip, they immediately start going, "Ah, we're dying!"
Oh
I
yeah,
wanted
no,
them to drink
no, none of the
all
things
the
you
things.
have do that. Like they all have cyclic times of like. I think the spider venom is the fastest working at like 10-minute cycles, and the botulism is probably measured in hours, and maybe probably hours or 10 minutes for the berries for all those different toxins to enter the bloodstream.
Cool.
We just made murder drink. I'm also going to store some of this in a flask.
If they don't die to one, they'll die to another. That's literally what we're going for.
Before he starts pouring into the drink, Noam is gonna be like, are we going a little bit overboard on this? This is for science!
Also, they're pretty stubborn bastards as far as we know.
Oh yes, that of course. Perfect subjects for a new poison, after all.
All right.
But yeah,
so
like I
you
said,
are...
I'm keeping some of this because it's a masterpiece of
Yes.
murder.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. You want to call it like an equivalent of a gallon for little people?
Like a canteen
Mhm.
or something
Okay.
like that.
All right. Yeah, a canteen. A canteen. I'm gonna add that to the to-do list here.
Get a murder juice.
Canteen of poison. Shit.
Super poison alcohol.
Murder hobo juice.
Okay. Yeah. So
Oh, we can call it murder moonshine.
murder shine.
There you go.
Much better.
Wow. Okay. Fuck. Okay. So.
And then I think we're gonna go out with them to deliver, or some of us are gonna go out with them to deliver.
Oh, I think the plan was that you were going to deliver it instead of them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Although they will, I'm going at a distance because again, my boys kind of make a scene.
The spider children make a scene.
There's a kid, and the child spider goes like, "Mom, a kid." The mother spider, "No, they're filthy. Don't touch them."
I definitely had this going a different way, so.
Love the butterflies.
Thank you.
I think I figured out which side of the table we are on.
This side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna roll a series of health checks for each of these guys in turn. And if any of them survive, they're gonna come after you and catch up with you while you're traveling home. Fair?
Sounds like a good
Okay.
encounter.
So what is their...
Depends how murdery the poison is.
Yeah. Objects. Let's do a counter. Alright, so we'll start at 40. Oops. Okay. Their HT is 12. We'll call this HT minus... what's the HT minus on the regular poison? HT minus 1? So we'll say...
For Miss Spiders?
Yeah, so spiders hit first. I'm gonna write this down just so I don't forget it or change it in my head later.
It's HT minus 1. for
Okay.
The spider venom.
HT minus 1 and 5. HT minus 1, 5, 10 minute, right? Or second?
It's cyclic every 5-10 seconds.
Okay, 5 times 10 seconds each time. That's the spiders. The berries will be HT minus 2, 5 times 10 minutes. And then the botulism, HT... Hold on, I just have to... Whoops. Nothing. Okay. It was going to be kind of funny.
What are you looking for? Poisons?
Oh, I was just
botulism?
curious if botulism was already in there. So we'll do...
I'd probably say it's an HT minus 2 or 3.
I'm doing 4.
Okay.
Only 3 cycles at, what? 3 hours?
That's about right.
And then... How many HP or hit points does the spider venom do?
It's not as much damaging as it is the paralysis
Oh,
things.
right.
Like we could, my thought process is we could kind of
Not
wait
2D.
nearby and
That's
yeah,
not-
we could wait nearby also and see who just kind of like collapses and seizes up on the ground, and then just coup de grace.
Yeah, the plan is to ambush them as soon as it hits.
Okay, so you're gonna hit them while they're...
Down.
Well, let's see if they go down. That one has paralysis. The berries will have vomiting. And the botulism I'm not going to get of a side effect too. Alright, so here we go. Made. 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 Did not make. Oh! Sorry, I just figured out how I could... Whoops. Industrialize this process a little bit more.
This is for the berries.
No, we're still working on the spider venom.
Oh, okay.
So far, only one has been hit, right?
Two,
Two.
3,
Oh.
4.
Oh, wait, that's not going to work the way I want it to. So, 9 and 7.
Well, if nothing else, when they ambush us, they're gonna be like, "Roar!"
I think 10 was on the last one.
I think this is the third round, right?
Mm-hmm. Like 30 seconds.
First- That first one's a definite failure.
Is that the 16?
That's the 16.
Then yes. Shockingly, they all passed it that round. 4.
This is the
Right, this
slowest
is the fourth
death.
round. That first one is a 13, 14.
Not to roll for how drunk they get.
Yeah, because this will still screw them up too.
I think that's a secondary effect at this point. 10. Jesus.
Guys do not look so healthy.
Yeah, their
anymore.
DR is not helping them at all here.
Alright,
Okay.
there's one more round of this.
Yes.
This will be the last one.
And
As
then
we
I take their first berry.
as we're seeing all this happen, Noam is gonna just point out to Toby, "See, my friend, you can get rid of all your problems
I think that
with
one-
science."
I think, was that 17 a crit fail? I don't know.
17, 15.
3. Yes, it is. Somebody want to figure out what the crit is for? Well, that's a. Let's see what the combat one is.
Okay, does anyone have that up? I don't.
You know what? It's right here. fright check. Oh, no, never mind. Critical reaction. Critical spell failure. What's a 6 do there?
That's when
No.
you
Oh,
fuck up a spell.
Yeah. Unarmed critical miss table. Critical hit tables. 6?
Yeah.
Maximum normal damage.
So 12.
Yeah, that's fair. Where did I leave off? 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6 damage and then oof. All right, that's all the spider venom, right?
Yes, that is the spider venom. Plus, they're paralyzed. But yeah.
Some of well, yeah, for like 10 seconds here and there. Although, yeah, doesn't matter. All right, what is this? HT minus 2, so anything over a 10, which is everyone except for the last one. One, 1, 4, 5, 6, 5, 2, 4. Okay, you know what?
Last one of 40.
No, he rolled a bunch and his.
He's just dividing it.
It's just way easier.
That's fair.
Oh, thanks. That is easier than using the blindfold. Okay. Wow,
Looks like only the middle one. I went at 16 health and last one.
One,
first
2, and 5.
Yep.
Uh, 13, so 4.
Well, when they show up and they're going to be pissed, at least they're at way lower health.
Yep. We got a couple more rounds. They might still go down.
That was round.
It depends.
2 on the...
Yeah, are you guys attacking them while they're variously vomiting or partially
I
paralyzed?
mean, I assume they went to do this at
their camp. Yeah.
yeah, that's
camp?
true.
like
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to go in there.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to go there
Yeah,
either.
no.
Like maybe what we do instead is like spend a night camping. Like what if we sneak and kind of camp outside their camp?
Yeah, just watching them and seeing
Like
whenever
give,
it's...
give them a day just to like see if they come wandering out tomorrow.
All 6s. That's not all 6s. 4 each. It was the middle 2. There we go.
All right. I think we're on to the botulism.
I never thought I'd say yay botulism.
That's -4, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
This might take a lot of them.
That is all of them. And 1 crit fail.
So
It's a lot.
So 54, 7 divided by, what was it?
6.
6.
So basically 10 each. Ish. 9 each. Ish. Math.
I think someone's gonna need a. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if he goes unconscious.
I mean, he might still be experiencing some poison.
Some of them also might drown in their own vomit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Especially with paralyzed lungs.
Wow, okay. So 2 and 5 are okay. Oh, right. $31 divided by 4, so 8.
Yep.
Is there like bonuses on damage for for doing like how like when you do half somebody's hit points, their arm, it cuts their arm off? Is there a poison version of that?
Probably, but I'm not digging in. This is the last round of botulism.
Man, might have to space 2.
3, 4, 5. 2 and 5 again. Isn't that weird? $38, so 8, 9. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's 2.
Alright, health checks for everybody who's negative. I did not do those in order, but it doesn't really matter. Wow.
I think all but one is.
None of them die on their own blood?
1 does.
Easy
Okay.
target for top now.
I think they have a really horrible night.
I think so too.
I think they're about to run out and kill us.
I don't think they're capable of running out and killing you, except for maybe number 2. But he could also be taking care of his friends.
Well, we don't want that because we need them to not survive.
We don't know this. We're just waiting outside a camp.
Oh, yes, I'm just expressing this out of character.
Do we want to go in and make sure they're all dead?
Somebody roll observation.
I
Sure.
will.
I have a 16.
I got a 12,
Yeah, you
but
roll.
I got success by 7 to 16. That's
9.
by 9. Yeah,
I can't see anything, and I'm right behind Tommy.
By 3.
success by 9.
Yeah, okay, so, Sven? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
I feel right for some reason. Alright, so Sven, you're able to notice, like, the one ogre pulling himself around, like, stopping to throw up every now and then, bringing water and towels to, where you assume they are sleeping.
Hmm.
All right, kids. I think we murder that one. I think we murder that one, and we send in my boys to clean up the rest.
Yeah, how far is he? Like, can he point him out?
How close do you want to get is really the question. The closer you want to get, the higher the probability that you're going to run into a trap of some sort.
Do we want to send the spiders in?
No, they'll hit traps off too.
Oh.
Yeah, tell you what, I'm gonna take it slow. Actually, I had all night, too. Could I even get a bonus to a search to, like, finding some traps?
I think you're supposed to technically roll traps?
Traps is to disarm them. Search is to find a camouflage trap.
I can do that. I have traps and search. Can I try that?
I mean, we can all just take our time while they're all out there dying and vomiting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just take our time to this and just maybe get a +2 or 3.
So
I'm sure you
straight
all-
up, it's versus 12.
I succeed by 2.
And
Plus
I would have
whatever the
succeeded
time.
by 2.
And if we're taking time, it really just depends.
Yeah, I think you guys can sneak up okay. Give me the search rolls.
We did.
Oh, I thought those were the stealth rolls. Give me the stealth rolls.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
I don't have stealth.
this is versus 15.
Oh, wait, I don't know why I'm rolling.
Then
I'm
have
staying in the
they,
back.
Ooh. Success
I
by
guess-
1, but I feel like they're all rather distracted. It's probably dark.
I failed by
It would
7 or
literally have
6.
it would have taken a crit for them to even notice you. So, yeah,
send Go Team Ogre Fighters on a flag.
you do find several traps of different sorts, but they're mostly low tech. So, not even like bear traps, but like punji stakes and deadfalls, and one of those like nasty spiked logs that'll swing down when you hit
Like trip over
wire.
a rope.
Yeah. Okay.
There's just like one guy who.
There's one guy kind of wandering around his area. And
All right,
He doesn't even have his cleaver and shield.
I mean, I don't necessarily want to get that close. Just gonna do like aim for a couple of seconds, take a headshot.
Yeah, okay. Aim as long as you'd like.
I guess we will get
Until you
Plus
can't get a
8.
bonus anymore.
yeah, which I believe is 8. Should
I
be
think
8.
that sounds right.
-7. What's the range?
I mean, what do you want the range
Like-
to be? What's your half damage range?
My half damage is 240.
Oh. 240 inches?
Yeah,
Like 12 feet?
yeah.
Then you're fine. 20
That's
feet.
minus 13. Let's do
20
let's do 50 minus 8, 8. So this will be at a minus 3,
Size
and
modifier.
I'll take
Plus,
Oh, right.
Plus 1.
plus 1. Jesus, you're dwarfing them, Tom. So this will be at a minus 2, and it's a vital shot.
You're going for the vitals, not the head?
Yeah, I don't want to particularly roll against a minus 9.
Okay.
So
Fuck me vittles.
are you kidding?
Oof.
Probably doesn't notice, though.
He does not notice.
Then just do it again.
Yeah, just do it again.
Oh, also, real quickly, I'm gonna dip some of. Oh, I was gonna dip some of the really crazy poison I had just to add to his arrow.
That's fine.
Oh,
I heard you say real quickly, and I knew what you were going to suggest anyway. All right. So you hit him that time
yes.
in the vitals.
In the vitals.
Roll damage.
We're
4
meaning to roll that beautiful bean footage.
with an armor divisor 2.
Is vitals not on here?
It's a 3 times 3.
Times 3.
Yes. Impaling is 2 times 2 to the torso times 3 to the vitals.
Okay.
And skull is
Then
the only one that gets a times 4.
And then he gets another couple rounds of cyclic poison.
And I'm sorry, how much damage did you do?
A total of 4 before armor divisors and or
What's
armor.
your armor divisor?
Divisor 2.
All right, so you did 2 damage, so 6 damage.
6 damage.
No. Yes.
Yes. Is his effective armor 2?
Yes.
So his armor's 4. So yes, 6 damage.
He does not make his health roll to stay conscious.
So he goes down.
And poison. Nope.
Oh!
Yes.
Well, if he went unconscious and the rest of them were unconscious, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Go up.
Yeah.
Even if some of them
We just-
aren't unconscious, like they are in no position to do anything. Yeah. So you slip in. He is dead, by the way, foaming at the mouth from spider venom smeared on the end of a impaling arrow. So you get into the room that he was going in and out of, and the smell of ogre diarrhea, ogre vomit, and pruno are all mixing together.
I'm glad I can't smell any of this, and I'm not
my
going in there
God.
anyway.
Yeah, I think to retrieve my arrows, I
I didn't go
pull the
into town.
cloak up over my
Going
lower
to camp?
part of my face, and just oh.
Tom, what'd you say?
I said I'm glad I didn't go into the camp.
I'm glad too.
With my discriminatory smell and my smelliness of being able to smell, I'm not going in there.
Oh yeah, you can smell it from here.
Yeah, I'm just I got my nose covered. All right, guys, have fun murdering them.
All right.
Hey, y'all just wind up leaving it to Leaf.
Sorry, I don't kill people.
What do
I
I,
can send the
I don't
boys.
want them
I can
to-
send the boys in though.
what do I need to roll to make it?
Colin, I'll send the boys in.
Okay.
All 10 of them.
Would need to roll to make what?
The smell check.
Oh,
see
nothing.
if
I was
I-
just describing it for color.
Can I go in with a makeshift pincer on my nose, going like, "All right, let's see what we could use here for science."
Absolutely.
Not sure if you want me to roll a search.
Oh yeah, sure. If you're looting the
Yeah.
place.
All right, let's see what we can find for our costs. 12. I make it on the nose.
Right. I mean, it's something wastelands.
You all keep saying it smells terrible, but I don't notice it.
Good, then you can cut their necks.
Sorry, I'm bad not to.
Or is it after the end? Dang it! What's the name of the? I will let you know afterwards what you managed to loot,
Okay.
and I will have that
Damn.
ready next time.
Got it.
Now I want to play Deadlands Future. I mean, Deadlands Wastelands or whatever.
Hell on Earth.
Yeah.
All right, so they are all dead.
They are all dead. Wow.
All right, and don't forget to remove some eyeballs, guys, or something. Please.
Oh, I'll just take a head. No, that's really gruesome and not something I would do.
Also, it probably smells terrible.
Eyeballs are best.
Well, Noma will fiddle with some things to make it look like they were not poisoned, but rather attacked.
Good luck with that. There's shit
Yeah, there's
frothing
shit
at the
and vomit
mouth,
everywhere.
Yeah.
This is obvious poison.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Is there anything in here, like, as I'm, like, pulling the arrows and she asks for eyes, is there anything, like, do they have some weird idol or something?
A weird idol or something?
He
I don't
wants
know.
something to bring back that's not eyeballs, to prove that they're all dead.
Oh.
Does a leader or war chief have any sort of icon?
Yeah,
Yeah, the shield or maybe the giant cleaver, something.
yeah, grab the shield and just, like, drag it behind me till we get to where Tommy is.
That's fair.
Here, proof. And then I go run off behind the flower and go,
Alright, here we go.
I guess it had to
Scavenging.
be done.
Commercial, industrial, military, police, residential, transport, encampment. Unlooted encampment. Rations, weapons. Yeah. Okay, give me a 3d6 roll, please, Everoth.
Alright.
Everoth.
Oh, I'm gonna use my fancy science dice.
Okay.
Oh, I guess they're not red. Never mind. 11.
11. You find junk worth 2d times 10. What we're using dollars for.
Mhm.
GURPS bucks.
Yeah, so 80 bucks worth of random junk, which honestly you're going to be more using it for parts for inventions anyway.
Got it. I'll use it for the equipment pile. Parts and bits.
Okay. So then you guys go back to Bushberry and show them the shield of the boss that you killed.
Totally by hand.
And George gives you his word that that he will send the berries, and I don't know, I think you could probably believe him, right? Like,
Well, I mean, we want the berries. Like,
I mean,
whatever he was
If he doesn't
making...
deliver, we'll just come back and do the same thing to him. So
yeah, actually, that's a
Yeah.
good point. Like,
He doesn't want us
Oh,
to
yeah,
come
no,
back
no,
a third
totally
time.
not.
We're being kind to them.
I actually feel really bad for them and totally understand exactly. Like, actually, no, let me do this in character. Like, I totally get why you did it now. Like, I feel totally bad for you. I think that I might have done something similar in that particular situation. But as my dad says, you just got to pick yourself up and move on, and it's how you move forward that really matters.
I hate you.
Your father must have been a wise man, Leaf.
He
It would have been-
he was a Texas Ranger.
Spider Girl's like, I'm gonna poison your next meal just a little bit.
I get my own meals.
all right. I think that's it for the night, because you poisoned all of the ogres to death, so the extra time that I had set aside.
For combat, yeah.
Oh, well, that was innovative for sure. Yeah. This has been GURPS Little Ages, Lilliputian post-apocalyptic game. At least for now. We'll see what happens when these guys start unleashing genocide or whatever. God. Okay. Joining us tonight in what order do I even do tonight? I don't know. I'm just gonna go in reverse order from last time. So we had James.
I'm James. I played Leaf, and I found out what was in that hole.
You did
firsthand.
find out what was in the hole.
It was smelly.
I was actually expecting you to find out the hole, and then it doesn't matter. This is why I have made extra maps for you guys.
Oh.
Just so,
Fair
like,
enough.
if I need to come up with a plan B on the fly, I've got a bunch of maps.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. We had Everoth.
Hello, I was Sephiroth, and I was the Nutty Professor!
Yeah, I mean, you contributed well to the poisoning of a group of people. Congratulations. We had Tara, who I think gets the kill streak award for this game.
Yeah, I'm Tara. I played Twig, and poisons is one of my favorite skills when I get to use it ever. It's just so mean.
We had Logic.
Hi, I'm Logic. I play Sven, and for the most part, he's just observing the murders. Not active yet, or at all.
Yeah. And last, but the farthest from least, at least in terms of stature, we had Tom.
Yep, I'm Tom. I didn't kill anybody. Didn't help with the poisons. Pretty much just, which is good for my character. He's like, but they were ogres, so it's okay.
They were ogres.
They were eating people!
They're still sentient.
And I kind of
They
like
were
that my
eating
racial
humans!
template may have inspired this one.
Yes, your racial template might have inspired this one. Yeah, we're the Kobold Cafe. You can catch us here Thursdays and Fridays currently every week. So join us tomorrow night for Upsilon Transcending. It's a gritty supers and an alternate history Earth. Pretty awesome. You can catch our historical games and all sorts of other fun stuff on Twitch and YouTube. We've got a website, thekoboldcafe.com. Everywhere else, or just about everywhere else, we are Kobold Cafe. Our intro-outro song is called Nincompoop. It's by Josh Woodward. His website's up there on the screen right now. We used it under a Creative Commons license. Go to his website, actually. He's got some really cool stuff. What did I forget? Anything? I think that was it. Finally getting this down after like 2 years. Yeah. All right. So that's us for the evening. See you tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.